Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So I have been testing a lot of new fragrances. Not really buying a lot, although there is going to be a small haul coming soon. I'll finally share with you some new additions to my collection. But I definitely have been testing a lot because I'm still curious about, new fragrances that are out there or hyped up fragrances. And so I do enjoy trying them for sure. So this will be, I don't know, probably 2, possibly even 3-parter because I have a lot of fragrances here and I want to spend, adequate time on each one. So I'm not going to squeeze them all into one video. I'll split it up into a few different videos, but I have some really, really good fragrances here. Some really hyped up, some new, some sort of new, that came out maybe in the last year or so. Some really talked about fragrances. So let's start looking at them. Okay, the first one that I'm going to talk about is, I think, the newest or one of the newer releases from Fragrance du Bois, and that is Sirène. I think that's what I'm going to pronounce it as. Now, as always with these types of videos, I'm going to read you the notes first. I'm going to pop them up on the screen and then I'm going to talk about what it actually smells like to me. So let's start with the notes. Here we have cherry, pepper, lactones, oud, incense, benzoin, cypriol oil, labdanum, and moss. Kind of interesting combination of notes. I do love a good cherry scent, although I'm picky about cherry scent, so not all of them work for me. What does this one smell like? Well, it's a nice, light scent. This is not a heavy or deep type of cherry. This is very light type of cherry, in my opinion. I do get it. It's not very strong, but there is a little bit of cherry in there. I do get like oud, cypriol oil, kind of combination of that, and a little bit of pepper as well. Although I usually don't pick up pepper all that much, but there is a little bit of it here. What else? Incense? Maybe. It's definitely kind of a woody type of cherry. A little bit fruity, just a touch sweet, but not really sweet at all. Overall, the scent feels light. Now, it's a nice scent. It's not offensive in any way, but it's also, to me, not really interesting in any way. Like, there is nothing that really stands out about this scent. And, I have to say this, I'm not trying to be negative in any way, but, it's all about honesty on this channel. And what I've noticed is that in more recent testing videos, I've become what might seem like more negative, but really I've become more critical of fragrances. And that's just, I think, where I am. It's been my progression with fragrances because I have so much and I've tried so much. I have become more critical of the new fragrances that I try. So, that's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you my opinion, but again, keep in mind that this is because I've tried so many already. So this one is nice, light, woody cherry. That's not too fruity and not very sweet at all. It's nice, it's pleasant, but I find it a little bit boring and I'm definitely not interested in purchasing a full bottle. Okay, next one. I was really, really excited to test because it's a mango scent and I have been absolutely obsessed with mango fragrances for the past couple of years at least, and I still love mango scents. Now, this is Mango Oud from Gritti. A few months back, a lot of people were talking about this fragrance, and of course, I've had to try it. Now, again, let's start with the notes. We have mango, guava, neroli, coconut milk, ylang ylang, osmanthus, oud, vanilla, and amber. Now, my kind of struggle with this house overall in the past, and I've tried quite a few fragrances from them, has been that I find all of their fragrances quite light, fleeting, not very long lasting, not very dense, light. And this one is also light, in my opinion. Also, I don't get all that much mango. I either get more guava or some other fruits, but not so much mango, even though it's called mango oud, To me, mango is not very pronounced. I also don't get a lot of coconut. I feel like neroli is interfering in this fragrance a little bit for me, because very often for me, neroli gives the fragrance a bit of soapy touch. And that's what I'm getting here. And I feel like that's overpowering the beautiful tropical fruits that are in here. There is a bit of floral nuances. I can totally see ylang ylang. And I almost feel like there is a little bit of musk in here as well, even though musk is not mentioned in the notes. So that's kind of what I get. Again, I find this scent kind of boring, not interesting. The name is deceiving because I expect to get mango in here, and I'm not really getting mango. And again, the scent is very fleeting, very light. It's not very pronounced. So for me, it was kind of disappointing. Now, it's not bad. Again, it's not off-putting by any means, but it's not interesting to me. Okay. Next, I have two fragrances from a house that I've talked about multiple times. I feel like every time I talk about this house that I think I've tested majority of their fragrances, and then I turn around and it's like, oh no, there's still a few that I have not tried. So I have spoken about this house multiple times. I've tested many of their fragrances. Now, the house I'm talking about is Lorenzo Pazzaglia. So I have two more from this house to talk to you about. The first one is Sweet Xplosion. So as always, I find that with majority of fragrances from this house, there are a lot of notes. So let me read those to you first. We have honey, coconut milk, lime, grapefruit, davana, argan, ylang ylang, some kind of broom, malva, taif rose. There's some of these I don't even know, but they look like floral notes. In the base, we have vanilla, coffee, tonka bean, benzoin, patchouli, and musk. Honestly, all of the notes, with the exception of davana, look amazing. I really love all of these notes. I mean, citrusy, coconut, honey, coffee, vanilla, pretty amazing. This house for me has been a hit or a miss. There are some fragrances that really impressed me. There are some that really disappointed me. And unfortunately, this is one of the disappointments. Again, extremely light. Kind of not pronounced. Like there is some sweetness in there. Like I can see some vanilla. I can see some citruses in there. I can actually see some ginger. I am getting a lot of ginger. There are some florals in the background. I can't really tell what they are. I am not getting any coffee. Thankfully, I'm not really getting davana either because I really struggle with that note. I am getting musk. It is musky. Patchouli, not really. So it's kind of this light vanilla, ginger, citrusy, musky kind of scent. Pleasant, very pleasant, but nothing to write home about. Again, sorry, I'm not trying to be negative, but it's an okay scent. It's an okay scent, but do I want to have a full bottle of it? I don't. Okay, and the second one from this house that I'm going to talk to you about is called Sun-gria. Oh my God, the list of notes here is so long. So let me go through them quickly, but please bear with me. We have blood orange, cinnamon, bergamot, ginger, mandarin orange, pink pepper, lemon, cloves, green notes. That's only in the top. In the middle, we have grapes, red wine, black currant, raspberry, peach, apple, cardamom, rose. That's just the middle. Now in the base, there is brown sugar, vanilla bean, tonka bean, patchouli, musk, amber, benzoin, sandalwood, and birch. I mean, note breakdown is crazy. Now, the name here is so fitting. Like, to me, it really smells like Sun-gria. I just think the name is absolutely perfect, you know? I don't even know if I can pick out individual notes. I mean, yes, I get citruses and I get ginger and I get red wine and maybe some grapes and some apple and definitely some sweetness in the base and some benzoin, a little bit of sandalwood. Like, yes, all of these little elements are there because I read the notes. But in reality, like, you know, before I looked at the notes, when I just got a sample and I knew, you know, it was called Sun-gria and I smelled it and I thought, yeah, Sun-gria, like totally. The name is absolutely perfect. And what I really like about this fragrance is that this is not light. Now, that's been my experience testing many of the other fragrances from this house, is that they're quite light. Now, this one is not light at all. I find this one quite strong, quite potent, and quite long lasting. So for me, performance is really, really great. And the scent profile, I love it as well. I absolutely love it. It is this, you know, great summery drink. And it's so different. To me, it's unique. I did not smell this in any other fragrance. To me, it's quite unique. It's so addictive. It's so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Fell in love with this scent completely. This I will add to my collection for sure. It's very, very high on my wish list. Okay, next on the list is a fragrance from the House of Aoud, and that is Guilty Crush. I mean, the bottle, I don't think we need to talk about it. This is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, I have a number of other House of Aoud fragrances that I really, really enjoy. And when I saw this one, I was actually very tempted to buy a full bottle. The bottle is beautiful. You know, I've had good luck with many of their fragrances. They work for me. But there was something that stopped me. You know, there's one note that I was concerned about. That's number one. And number two, the note breakdown in general to me looked a little bit similar to another fragrance that I already have. So I decided to be good and to test it first to see if I like it and if I need a full bottle. So let's look at the notes. We have wild strawberry, black cherry, champagne, lipstick, rose, jasmine, musk, vanilla, benzoin, and cedarwood. So overall, when I looked at the notes, it sort of reminded me of Pink Me Up from Atelier d'Ors, which I absolutely love, but at the same time, I don't need to have another fragrance that smells exactly the same. I'm not looking at duplication at this point. So that's number one reason why I decided to test it first. Number two, there is a note of lipstick, and that's a tricky note for me. When something is very, very lipsticky, powdery, I don't like that. You know, if there is some element of that, I can get along with that. So yeah, I definitely wanted to try it first. Now, what does it smell like? Well, that note of a lipstick is definitely there. It is very much at the forefront. It is very noticeable. It's right in your face. And even though I usually don't like this note being so strong, somehow it works in this fragrance. It really does. Now, what else do I get? Well, Champagne, I don't. It really doesn't have any kind of fizzy, bubbly quality for me. Like Pink Me Up has that for sure. This one really doesn't. Some kind of red berries, yes, strawberries, cherries, I don't know, just a bunch of red berries, you know? Some benzoin, some woody notes, a little bit, yes. But really, this fragrance is about a beautiful lipstick note. It surprised me. I mean, in a way, it didn't, because it actually kind of smelled how I thought it would smell, you know? But at the same time, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I do like it very much. Now, is it a complete head over heels kind of love? Not exactly, but it is a very, very, very strong like. This one I'm debating about. I kind of want it, but I'm trying to figure out if I actually need it, if I love it that much that I will add it to my collection, because I'm extremely selective these days what actually gets brought into my collection. There's very little that gets brought in. So I am a little bit on the fence, but I do enjoy it very, very much. I think it's a beautiful fragrance, beautifully blended, and that note of lipstick somehow just works. All right, let's move on to the next one. The next one is from the house of Mancera, and that is Amore Caffè. Now, isn't it, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it their kind of second coffee fragrance in recent times? Like, I feel like maybe last year or something, they had another coffee fragrance that came out, which of course I can't remember the name of, but I know that I tested it as well. And I remember that I wasn't a fan, but despite that, I still wanted to try this one because I love coffee scents. Absolutely love them. So this one, as the name suggests, obviously coffee is one of the notes. There's also amaretto, ice cream, vanilla, brown sugar, again vanilla, and ambergris. I mean, I love the notes. Obviously, I love gourmands. I love coffee scents. I mean, a little bit of alcohol doesn't hurt a fragrance. You know, ice cream. Beautiful, works for me. What does it smell like? Well, it kind of smells like the notes suggest. I do get coffee. It's like I get this, coffee ice cream, like literally coffee ice cream, which is actually one of my favorite ice cream flavors is coffee ice cream. And that's what it smells like, with just maybe a little sprinkle of amaretto. Yeah, I really do get that. And some brown sugar. Brown sugar comes through as well. So really, I'm picking out basically all of the notes that are listed here. Actually, in my opinion, often Mancera fragrances can be a little bit sharp. And this one is not at all, it is quite smooth, actually. It really is. It's a really nice coffee scent. And it's not like straight up coffee, like it's really more like coffee ice cream, so there is a slight element of uniqueness in this one, I would say, because we definitely have a lot of, straightforward coffee scents. We definitely have a ton of fragrances that smell like vanilla ice cream, but I feel like I've never really smelled a fragrance that is like coffee ice cream, It's not like these two things are separate, but it's this one coffee ice cream. I hope it makes sense. It's a lovely fragrance, actually. I really, really like it. So again, this one, I have not decided if I need this one. If I do, I might purchase it sort of more in a, fall, winter time period, because it's definitely not for the summer. To me, these types of fragrances are more suited for the colder weather. That's why when I want to wear things like that, so definitely not now, but maybe. I mean, I do have a lot of gourmands and I do have quite a few coffee scents, so I'm not sure if I need it, but this is on my, let's call it, maybe list. Okay, next one. Now, this one, I've never heard of this house before. Until very recently, you know, it started popping up on a number of other fragrance channels. I think most of them received these in PR. And this is kind of, I heard about it, you know, and when I was ordering some of the other samples, I noticed that this one was available and I thought, okay, I've seen it somewhere on some channels. Let me just try it. I have no idea what it is. Let me try it. So I still, to be honest with you, this is the only one I've tried from this house and I still don't know anything about the house itself. It is called, name of the house is Paradis de Sens, I don't know. And fragrance is Valhalla. Now, why was I interested in this? Well, because it's another mango scent. And as I said earlier in the video, I am obsessed with mango fragrances, completely obsessed. So I needed to try this one, you know, and I needed to know if the hype was real because, you know, the reviews that I've heard from people who received it were quite positive. So let's start with the notes. We have mango, mandarin orange, bergamot, pear, cashmere wood, jasmine, cedar wood, vanilla, amber, amber star, tonka bean, and amber wood. Okay. What does it smell like? Well, I do get mango in here for sure. There is mango, but to me, it's an equal combination, equal balance of mango and pear because yeah, I get equal part mango and pear. Both of them are very, very present here. Now, are there some citruses in the background? Yes, some amber mixed with vanilla, maybe a little bit of cashmere wood, or even more amber wood I think I'm getting here. Not so much jasmine, really. Like, to me, this is very much a fruity scent. There's something very... It's like the fruits, I don't know. If I could describe, okay, let's try it this way. If I could describe the texture of this fragrance, it's very soft and mushy. Like, I feel like both mango and pear are extremely, extremely ripe. Like, you just touch them and the juice is pouring out of them, you know? That's kind of what it makes me think of when I smell it. This is absolutely beautiful. For me, this one is definitely worth the hype. I think it is beautiful. And even though I have many mango scents, I've tried so many, I find this one a little bit unique. I really do. It doesn't smell like any other mango scent that I have or I have tried. It smells different. There's something a little bit subdued about this mango, and it's just the way it mixes together with the pear is absolutely beautiful. And then the citruses, you know, they kind of I don't know, take away a little bit of the sweetness of this scent, so it's not overly sweet. Like you get that ripeness of the fruits, but it's not overly sweet. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I would love to add this scent to my collection. Loved this one. And that brings me to the last one for this video, and that is one of the newer fragrances from Xerjoff. And actually someone a while back asked me in the comments to review this one. So this is called, and I'm probably gonna butcher the name, Levar del Sol, but you're seeing the bottle here. And, you know, kind of little funny story, or not so funny for me. You know, I really wanted to test this fragrance, and then the new, you know, Tony Iommi, I think it's called Tony Defied or Iommi Defied, something like that came out, you know, and I wanted to test that one too. So I decided to order a little 4 sample kit from Xerjoff, you know, and this one and the Defied being the 2 top ones that I wanted to try. And I was so disappointed when I received the kit, because instead of new Tony Iommi, they put the original one in, which I already have, obviously, and have been loving for several years. So unfortunately, the Defied version did not come in this order. That's why it's not in this video, but I was able to find it on another source. The sample should be here any day. So I'm sure that if you're interested in my opinion on that fragrance, it will be in the next part probably. So do check out that part if you're interested about what I think about that fragrance. But for now, let's talk about what is it called again? Levar del Sol. The bottle is beautiful. Now, the notes: apple, orange, green notes, rose, lemon, bergamot, cardamom, lily, jasmine, violet, oak moss, benzoin, musk, caramel, patchouli, tonka bean. Okay, interesting notes. I like majority of the top notes and base notes. I am not too crazy, but the middle notes, lily, jasmine, violet, not exactly my thing. So I really had no idea what to expect from this fragrance. So what does it smell like? Well, unfortunately for me, what I get more are the middle notes. Like, this is very floral in my opinion, with lily and violet being the dominant flowers. Like, it's not so much jasmine. I don't get a lot of jasmine, but I do get lily and I do get that powdery kind of violet. Yes, apple and green notes are there. Like, it does feel like it's very green, kind of slightly sour type of apple. I do feel like I also get oak moss, which I'm not loving in this fragrance. Now, there is caramel here and tonka and benzoin. I don't really get all that much from that. So a little bit of spiciness from cardamom maybe, but really predominantly for my nose, this is a floral scent. And because it's not just floral, but it's lily and violet, both of which are not really my favorite flowers. So it's a no for me. It doesn't work for me. It's not horrible by any means. It's just not my cup of tea. So this one is a no. So there you go. That's the end of the first round of testing. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know if you have tried any of these fragrances or if you're looking forward to trying some of these. So again, if you enjoyed the video, please remember to give me a thumbs up, to subscribe and to comment, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.